This is Aidan Lermont from SHCTV. Today I'm very lucky to be joined here in Newcastle by Sophie, Alisch and Adam Smith. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, we're doing fantastic. We just saw each other an hour ago. It's been a while since I've seen Sophie. Was in training camp with her, and then before that in Mallorca. So it's always a pleasure. She's been over here. She came, didn't you, to a show with GBM, and now we're going with Wasserman, and the future's bright, and we're really excited. Really excited.
Definitely. So obviously, last time you were in the ring, Sophie, was about 20 months ago now. How does that feel to be back out on Friday? Back getting the ball rolling again?
Well, I'm really happy to be back in the ring on Friday. It's all about stepping into the ring again, and I think it's the right time now to show what I've learned in camp, and definitely next year is going to be more busy, but now the focus is on Friday.
So for people who maybe haven't seen you fight before, how would you sort of sum up your style in about a few words?
Explosive, fast, and I would say also really. Can you maybe help me with the with the third word?
Okay, what are we thinking for? Skillful, speed,
of course.
Explosive, natural talent, fitness. She's got everything.
Definitely. So obviously, if you're to get the win on Friday, that would move you to 10-0. How active would you say you'd like to be in the new year? Obviously, with that spell of inactivity, how active would you say you'd like to be in the new year?
I definitely want to make next year 3 fights. Yes.
Definitely. Adam, what do you think? 3 fights?
3 or 4. I mean, I'd like to see Sophie keep active. The issue is she's had a layoff of a long time. She fought in March last year against Gemma Rueg, who I've spoken to and believes that Sophie's the best she's ever been in with. I think Sophie's a future superstar, but what I love about her is that she's got her feet on the ground. She adores her family. She's dedicated. She's hungry for this, and she's young. There's plenty of time. There's no real rush to fight for a big honour, but we have to keep busy because of this layoff. So the key is to get her out on Friday night, get some rounds under her belt, get her back in. She had a little bit of rust. She said it's the best camp she's had, which is great. There was a slight delay in it, so maybe it's given her a little bit more time to sharpen those tools, which she'll need on Friday night. Every opponent now is tough. It's about learning, it's about getting that education, that knowledge, the different styles in front of you, because that featherweight division is on fire. It's fantastic. Sky Nicholson, wonderful performance against Raven Chapman. Raven Chapman's a big fight down the road, so is Karis Artingstall. But the advantage that Sophie has is that she's just turned 23, and she unfortunately missed her birthday because she was in camps. There was no cake, no parties, but hopefully we'll get a good performance on Friday night. She can enjoy herself, have a good Christmas, but we want to be back on the grindstone early 2025, and let's see where we are this time next year. I think we're going to be in a very good position, and I think that we're going to be ready to strike pretty soon after that.
Definitely. Obviously, signing with Wasserman, how important do you think that is to have, a big promoter behind you, backing you in your career for getting those big fights?
Of course, it's really important to have a big name like Wasserman in your back, and I'm really happy to sign with. I'm really happy that I've signed with Wasserman again. I think I have the best guys behind me, and now it's all about getting the fights and being busy, and
I think so. I think it's really important. Everyone at Summit is really behind Sophie. It's been a brilliant relationship for a number of months now since we launched Summit, and we're really proud to have Sophie with us. Wasserman are a huge promotional outfit. Channel 5's a great platform. So look, it's about getting some spotlight on Sophie. She doesn't need too many more Instagram followers. Her following is massive. But the thing what we need to do is we need to get her in a ring and show the world what she can do in a boxing ring, because it's been too long. So let's do that. Those followers will grow. She lights up a room. She's going to get a great fan base in Britain. She can fight in Germany, and she can fight in Spain. She can fight in Mallorca. There's so many options and opportunities for her. So it's fantastic. Channel 5 and Wasserman are a brilliant double act. So let's get her going on Friday night, and then let's get her back in a ring early 2025, and let's see where we are by Christmas next year, because I think we're going to be knocking on the door then. Sophie will be 24 by then. It's about the right time, 24, 25, because you don't want to get to that level too quickly. And as I said, she's got time on her side. The others are, they're sort of late 20s or turning 30, that sort of age. And Sophie's just, she's very mature for a 23-year-old, but in terms of professional fights, she needs more. She's got that amateur background. She's got a tennis background, an athletic background. She's clever. She speaks really good English, even though she tells me she doesn't. She speaks fantastic English, and she's always got a smile on her face, which is so great in this sport, because I love this sport, and so does she. And the future's very, very bright for Sophie Alisch.
Definitely. And then one thing I wanted to ask you is both, obviously, last Friday there was a massive card going on in America. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano co-main, Jake Paul, Mike Tyson on the main event. What did you both sort of make of that, the whole card?
It was a really insane fight, also like the last two fights. Well, I'm a Katie Taylor fan, really. I love Katie since I've started boxing. But also, I really like the style of Amanda Serrano. She looked really, really strong, pretty confident. Both fighters, it was a great fight to see, to learn also. For me, it was nice to learn to pick some things out. And these are the fights we need in women's boxing, of course.
Definitely. Adam, what did you think?
Well, 100% agree. I mean, we're all Katie Taylor fans, aren't we? What she's done for the sport has been phenomenal. There'll never be another like her. Yes, Amanda Serrano's won multi-weight division titles. Yes, Clarissa Shields is the quote. But for us, I think over here, this side of the world, Katie is just the queen of Ireland, and what she's done and how she's done it, how she's conducted herself through her career has been nothing short of phenomenal. She's a good friend of mine, and she's Sophie's absolute sort of heroine, and I think she's a great role model. So the fight itself was, as Sophie said quite rightly, insane. I don't quite know how she and Amanda can do that. They did it in the garden, and then for 20 minutes of incredible action they did it again, and Amanda with that cut as well. It was really close. I thought Amanda nicked it, maybe on points, but Katie gets the decision, which is fine. It was an absolute classic. As Andre Ward said, a lot of people thought Amanda Serrano won. It couldn't have been a robbery if it was a fantastic fight. It was close. It was really close, and I think I just can't believe she keeps doing it, Katie, at 38. And what's next for her? Could she fight Amanda again? Yes. Could she fight Chantel again? Yes. Alicia Baumgartner's calling her out. There are so many options still for Katie Taylor, and she wants more. So 2025 is going to be a fantastic year for Katie and for Amanda. They're an honour and a privilege to watch, and for the sport. And I think Sophie is just in awe of them, and I think that she would love to, one day be in those sort of fights and being talked about, in the same sort of company as those legends. We've got a long way to go, and what I love about Sophie is that she's very respectful of everyone out there. When I asked her who's going to win between Sky and Raven, she's like, I don't want it. But she did. She picked Sky on points, which was the right call, of course, but she doesn't want to call fighters out. It's not her style. She concentrates on what she does, and that's the right way to do it. It's progress, it's learning, it's listening, it's sharpening those tools each and every time. And let's see what she's like on Friday night. I think we're going to see a fantastic performance, because I think she's raring to go. I think her camp's gone brilliantly. But let's see how we are on Friday night, and then see where we go in 2025. But if she looks up to these fighters, it's the right way of thinking, because we're not there yet, and we've got a long way to go still.
Definitely. What did you make of the main event? Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. I seen you on TalkSport the day before speaking about it, but what did you make of it watching it? Did you think it was maybe a bit hard to watch?
Yeah, I've spoken on TalkSport since about it. It was very, very hard to watch for me. Mike Tyson was one of my heroes, I guess, growing up, or certainly in the ring. I thought he was an unbelievable fighter, the youngest heavyweight champion. And when I started in boxing, it was probably the sort of last third of his career. So I had the pleasure and privilege of being in camp with Tyson and being around his fights with over here against Julius Francis and Lou Savaris, against Brian Nielsen, all those sort of types, the second Bruno fight. And then he fought Lennox Lewis in 2002. It's a long, long time ago. So I don't think Mike Tyson should be anywhere near a professional boxing ring at 58. I think it was really sad to watch. I've got great respect for him that he got into that sort of condition, and it was a challenge to himself. And he made a lot of money, and no one got hurt. And I think that's the most important thing. You know, Jake Paul has got his own career to think about. Everyone's trying to jump into the Jake Paul bandwagon. I love the YouTubers. I don't have any problem with it at all. I think there's a place for the YouTubers. I just like to see even fights, well-matched fights, where you don't really know either who's going to win, or certainly there's an element of surprise, and they both are matched properly. And I'm afraid if you put a 27-year-old strong athletic guy in with a 58-year-old, it doesn't work. However, you want to think of Mike Tyson in the past. Well, get out the videotapes, think about and watch him when he was knocking out Michael Spinks in 91 seconds in Atlantic City 36 years ago. It's too long, right? Boxing's a young man's or a young woman's sport. It's not for someone who's 58. Go into the jungle, go and do other challenges in your life, but not in a boxing ring. And I think it was a little bit confusing because it was 2-minute rounds, it was 14-ounce gloves, it was sort of an exhibition. I said beforehand, I think Jake Paul wins on points, and I hope it's a controlled event, and I'm glad that Jake Paul didn't land one of those big right hands on him, and he sort of had that respect for him to see him through. It was sad to watch, that's my honest opinion, and I'm a massive Mike Tyson fan, and I really admire what Jake Paul's doing, and I can't wait to see what Jake Paul does next, because he's an attraction, and people want to watch and see what it is. Whether you like him or don't like him, what he's doing is different, and it's entertainment, it's a story. I love stories, so got no problem with Jake Paul, and no problem with Mike Tyson getting into shape. I didn't like what I saw on Friday night in Texas.
Hey, Sophie, I'll give you the last word.
Oh, okay. One message to my fans. Yeah, I'm really happy to have my fans and also my social media followers. I wouldn't be there also without them, and it's really nice to have a strong back behind me. And yeah, I think more followers will come and more fans also, I hope. But yeah, really happy to have them.
Definitely. Thank you guys very much for your time.
Thank you
Sophie,
so
thank
much.
you. Adam,
Cheers.
thank
Cheers,
you.
Adam.
Thank you guys.